All right, it is Sunday, October the 20th. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to MessyMocha. So go ahead, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and join me. Disclaimer copyright under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a permitted statute that might be otherwise infringing for entertainment purposes only. Trying to pull up, let's see. And good morning to the mob. All my other bears I call the Grizzlies. Shout out to my moderators. I think one is away right now. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm trying to open something. Yeah. See if I can open a little of this fall foliage. If not, I will open up a fall with the rain. Let's see. Okay, here we go. There. Little beautiful fall foliage coverage. As a matter of fact, yesterday was even prettier, I would say. There was not a cloud in the sky. I was traveling yesterday. I went up north here in Michigan, and it is absolutely gorgeous this time of the year. It is my favorite time of the year, fall. Yes, and not a cloud, not one. It was a perfect day. I enjoyed it. I had been planned for some time and got back in very late last night. I did, and I checked my mail and a few things. And then I decided, you know what, it was too late to try to come on. So I'm here this morning, and good morning to everyone. Let's talk for a moment. Yes. Let's talk for a moment. Just caught up on a couple of things. The last time yes, Vicky says, my favorite season of the year. Please be respectful and mindful of the words that you use in the chat. Good morning, Gia. And Latoya. Cat and Mac is here. Good morning. All those bush babies. I see Junebug and someone who has interesting name. It's kind of, I don't even know if it's blotted out or whatever it is. Let's see for a moment, by the way. Let me see if I can come out of my studio and take a look around in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. All right. We are live right now on Instagram. We should be live on Facebook. I'm trying to, just bring things up as we go along here. All right. Yes, please be mindful. And so we have some bush babies. Maybe some of you are at work, at home, out and about on a beautiful Sunday, as I mentioned. This morning, I did not go over on Station Head and play gospel music as I have done for like the last two Sundays. But maybe we can do that again and again and again. All right. So when I last spoke to some of you, RunTellThatToo, this channel had just been restored. As you can see from this morning, I've been able to bring up more videos. All of them have been restored. Some I have not populated yet in the live and or video shorts. But I will after carefully reviewing everything. Also this morning, I did get another email from, let's see, it was YouTube. Let me go get it. I did. Let's see. I did. Mhm. And let's see if I will show any of this. Just so you have proof, it was this morning. Hang on. Let me just put up a little cover. Let's go back here. There's some people do not believe me without a receipt, but you know. Hey, and some people don't believe me with a receipt, so whatever. And I don't mean that in a trite way, whatever, but it's just till I'm blue in the face. Let's see. I will show this part. And I'm just making like a copy. I want you to see the date too. Um, oh, let's see. Save that. Sorry for the pause, but yeah, no music. I could play some, but well, this is one of these kind of working mochas, MessyMocha. Okay, so let's show you this one first. See if we got a date on it, date and time. Hmm. All right, so I'm going to show you this, and then when I show you the next couple of lines, you'll know where it picked up. Okay, so this one came in this morning at 4:44 a.m. from YouTube. I guess they sending out some things, something about submitted by the same claimant, and determined that they Actually, it goes on to say invalid. Our copyright team also sent a separate email about this to who do you think they sent it to? Who do you think that the copyright team also sent a separate email about this to? Okay, let me just throw up a banner. And let's see if I can put this next one up. Hang on. Okay. Hold on just a second. It's like I don't plan to send my, sensitive email. I've been showing you some of the stuff from my emails. I have. I just figure that I need to show some receipts because there's quite a few people that don't believe me. I'll just show this. Okay. So this is the part of that line I'd like to just show you. And I can make it bigger so you can read it. As a result, will not remove the content in question, and you won't receive any strike for them. Our copyright team also sent a separate email about this too. So Danielle Robertson not only put on multiple strikes to take this channel down, RunTellThatToo. I told you there was more. She also put in copyright claims to have my content removed in 7 days if I didn't remove it. So she did a group of strikes to remove them immediately. And we're talking about this same Whitney Jamison that came, later. Okay. And so now I'm getting updates about those. And the caveat there was, as I mentioned, it was a 7-day deadline, which by October 22nd, coming up, they would be converted into all strikes, and then my channel would go back down again. So YouTube was looking into that as well. I told you they're still doing some investigating. All right, on my channel, on my channels, and they got back to me on this one. Will not remove. So Danielle, the strikes you had planned for October the 22nd, YouTube is not going to remove my videos. No. Not those. Now, if you have in mind doing something else to run tell that too, like making some strikes as you see the channels are being repopulated with videos, with that thumbnail that I created, not some Whitney Jameson on January the 21st of 2024. I made a mistake when I said it was the 24th of January. No, no. All of those, any of those robots, any of those, any, and every single one of my videos, they got their eyes out looking. Mhm. So I think I'm going to stick with that thumbnail because that one works. And that one has been reviewed. And that one has been deemed fraudulent, invalid. So I'm just going to stick with it. I mean, by you. Invalid and fraudulent. Uh-uh. So for all the naysayers and the door knockers who have been posting any comments or anything about Unwind with Teddy or Run Tell That Too or Rip Running Receipts, let me just give you an update. All right, so that's Run Tell That Too. Okay, Rip Running Receipts, the original channel is back up. So you can subscribe to that. I made a backup channel for Rip Running Receipts backup. If you'd like, you might want to subscribe to that. Just backing up channels and creating channels, because as close as I came to losing all of my channels. Mhm. And you see, Danielle, she was trying really, really hard and lying really, really hard. And even creating backup, like if this one doesn't work, in 7 days, I got something else planned, and bada boom. So YouTube got a little bit ahead of that one. Mhm. I wasn't playing when I said YouTube is really looking at my channels and what has been going on. I know that she has said that nobody is looking at my channels and it's all a lie. Right here, there it is for you to see. You know that you have that plan for the 22nd. I can show that. Mhm. So if YouTube isn't doing something about things in the future, then you think this is made up? No. I didn't type this. As much as people want to say I'm creating my own strikes. Yes, I've been accused of creating my own strikes. People are, they're going to say a lot of things. Danielle has been proven to be fraud by YouTube. Yeah. So that's Run Tell That Too. Okay. And I told you about Rip Runners. Unwind with Teddy. All right. So Unwind with Teddy is, I'll just say, it is up. You see um, if you type in Unwind with Teddy, you'll see our channel page. You can see our community wall, but you're not going to see any videos right now. Okay. Working on something, we're working on some things. Okay. And I told everyone when Unwind with Teddy, when I go live, everything's restored, everything's satisfactory, where I feel like it's time. to go live on that channel again and everything has been resolved and cleared with YouTube, then it will be time. It will be time to go in a new direction with that channel because it is my main channel, my my first channel, the maiden channel voyage on my path on this YouTube. It's the channel that is the most recognizable channel, most, that people are familiar with. And it's the channel that has the greatest amount of followers. And I know a lot of followers that really aren't from this sector. They're not. Have been waiting. I have gotten some emails like what happened to the channel, the news. Are you going to talk about, the election, things like that. And so, again, a different group of people who I would say recently in the last, 6 months or more. I'll just say this year, really, have been, yeah, it would be this year. This year in the latter part of last year. Yeah. When I started putting up, if you remember, I started putting up a lot of political shorts. I was putting up commentary on Unwind with Tasha K and some of the people that she had, interviewed, remember, with Kevin Hart and this one and that one, okay? And giving commentary. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, let's go back here. It's prettier. It is. And I have been giving commentary on since the beginning of the year. So there are other people who, for them, as one of the channels that they watch or were watching and had followed, because I gained a lot of new followers this year. When I first started this year, I was at just over 3,000 followers. And in 9 months' time, I've added almost 1,800 plus followers. And we were on track as of September, end of August, when my channel was struck fraudulently for news and all of that, that my channel was, I had to be put on hold, strikes. Mhm. But I was on track at that time to hit my goal was by the end of the year, 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, there's people who gain a whole lot more than that. But in that short period of time, I was feeling like I was back to when I had first began, started the channel, and it started really taking a nice upward trend. And I could see it from this year. I could see progress year over year. I could. Even though for some people, they would say it's not progress. Oh, yes, it is. It's very much progress. When I went into my studio, people who are content creators know that YouTube, when videos come out, when you upload videos or, get views on videos. It's called YouTube Analytics. And in the analytics, you can go in and look at the progress of your channel. You can focus on certain days, weeks, weeks of the year, all different kinds of snapshots. And then not only that, but they will highlight videos that you look into with a red or green, up or down arrows, percentage of increase. So if you're heavy into statistics and reports, I like looking at them. I could dive deeper, but, I just look kind of on the surface sometimes, but I've been doing a deeper dive this year. And so year over year, my performance has been upward trending in the green majority of the time on my new videos. And then if I were to show you a line, the graph, and then when my channel was taken down, then it just took a nosedive. It was just peaks, and the peaks were going up and, go down a little bit, go up, go down a little bit, go up. But if you drew a trend line, which would intersect the top of the peaks and follow that line, you could well see that it was trending upward. And so for me, I could see that. And I could see, wow, progress. I'm making real progress on this channel. I was happy with it. And I'm still happy with the progress that I had made up to the end of August. Unfortunately, since then, it gets blended in. So year over year, I get it's impacted. So I have lots of red, lots of zeros. Yeah, it's like, a scorecard. 0 views, 0 advertising dollars, 0 revenues, 0 just loss of subscribers. Also, handful. Because for some people, when you lose that momentum and you lose it not just for a few days or a couple of weeks, when you lose it over months, it severely can impact your channel. And if anybody says, oh, no, it's because of you, any content creator will tell you if there is something that impacts their channel, they're going to see that too. And I'm going to point to Unwind with Tasha K when she did that rollout in January of 2021, 2020, end of it was surviving Jaguar Right. And if you would see her trends, and I haven't seen her trend lines, but there are reports out there, there are apps where you could look at various channels and get a snapshot. But even she, when she came on and said, admitted there were people who she got some drops, like 5,000 subscribers, and just walked away when she did that interview. People had said she treated Jaguar Right a certain way, she wasn't fair in the interview, and so forth and so on. So my point is, even with huge, big, large subscribers, who are over 1 million. It doesn't matter. If something impacts the image or something about the channel, if you receive strikes, community guidelines, if something happens to your channel where it stalls, again, take into account Unwind with Tasha K. She had some legal challenges with Cardi B. Everybody remembers that. Okay. And that would have been in 2022. Okay. January and onward. And if you watched what was going on with her channel and the attacks that were going toward her channel during that time, there were a number of content creators all over YouTube because she's a large platform in this sector. She's spread. I mean, she's into a lot more now. Entertainment, not just YouTube, but her comedy and other things that she's doing. But during her legal, trial, court hearing, whatever you want to call it, during court, when she was facing Cardi B in court, every day you would see Tasha K get out of the car with her husband, and they'd walk into the court, and they'd have, with that was her attorney, Olga, I think that was her name, and briefs and all of that. And there were people who followed that saga and people who stood outside of the courthouse. These were some YouTubers, and they were reporting on it every day, all day long, would give people, updates and things like that. Well, that was affecting her channel too. Not just people standing outside the courthouse. People were online. People were on the internet. You had all of, Cardi B's folks. And especially, oh, I can't help but to laugh. Cheryl said the YouTube court reporters. Yes. Yeah. The YouTube court reporters. Yes. And when the not the sentencing, but when the verdict came down, that Tasha K, she really had lost and Cardi B had prevailed. Oh my goodness. People were falling all over themselves to report on that. And then there was the wait for what I'll just say, what Cardi B would be awarded, what would be any kind of, let's just say, sentencing or, whatever, something, because that's the next step. What was she found guilty of and so forth in this, we'll say, civil case. Because I think it was civil. I don't think it was criminal in nature. Now, I could be wrong, but I never thought of her trial as being any criminal trial. Now, there might be some people who are going to come back with rebuttal. I don't know. We can look it up. But then, when it was found that Tasha K, yes, oh, thank you, Sharon Salyer says it was civil only. Whew. Thank you. Okay. When the amount became clear, the 4 some odd million that she had to pay back, to Cardi B. And everybody knows Cardi B has been trying this. This has been ongoing. I don't. It's not a wrap yet. Is it a wrap? I don't think it's a wrap because I'm getting ready to go full circle when I started talking about, kind of that at the end of last year. Yeah. When, well, still more court things going on, right? Because Cardi B had found some offshore money. That's when I started reporting on it, remember? So in 2023, after kind of this shift, I really had moved away. If you look at my videos leading up to out of 2023 into 2024, because at the beginning of 2023 through September, October, it was all about D for Danielle Elizabeth Allen. And that came to a screeching halt. Does anybody remember? October of last year. You see how this is going back. I don't even have to look. I just know what was going on. Specific dates I would have to look. But October of 2023, before I got into talking about Tasha K, I was hit with a series of strikes. I was hit with a series of strikes against my avatar. So y'all remember that fraud. Yes. So I decided once that was over, and also at the end of October, November, going after, oh my goodness, just so much. So RunTellThatToo and Unwind with Teddy. Then Danielle Robertson decided that she had had enough of hearing about Danielle Elizabeth Allen, or was that Danielle Elizabeth Allen that had had enough of hearing about Danielle Robertson? I don't know. But what I do know is Danielle Robertson filed her first targeted attack with the licensing board in October of last year. Uh-huh. And then she struck my channels down. Uh-huh. That's when I had received almost 100 fresh strikes. So I said, well, when I come back, I'm going to start talking. I'm going to take a different direction. I'm going to spend more time with my news and this commentary. And this is where I'm going to focus. And that led into 2024. And I was picking up momentum. And I could see very clearly, I don't need to talk about Danielle Robertson to get views, like she says. No, my political news, my commentary this year, my new subscribers, that was on the uptick. Things were looking positive. She didn't like it. She didn't like it. She started posting reports that I was gaining all my subscribers with bots and all of that. Okay. And also keep in mind, at the beginning of the year, after YouTube had resolved those strikes, end of December, January, and we were still awaiting anything from the board. Okay. I was now drawn back into talking about what was happening because of the new board. And then Danielle Robertson did something new at the beginning of this year. Instead of the strikes just, falling off and my videos coming up, then she started filing the CCB. So the CCB, that's the Copyright Board, Claims Board in Washington. So that would take my videos off of YouTube and delay. Yes, let's not forget Fonnie Willis content. Wow, you're right, old school. Fonnie Willis, all of that was going so good. Danielle Robertson, by the way, the news that was struck, it was random. Fonnie Willis was in that group. It was, they were. Where I was getting those big views. This is why I know it was Danielle. I don't care if she has somebody's name from the news in a newsroom that we have not been able to find. We have not been able to find that individual on any news reels, any like if you would call the the newsroom or the news outlet, they're not. Their name is not on the uh, employees listing. Like when they say, okay, do you know the department or the extension, or do you know the name of the last name of the person? So we've tried it all kinds of ways to get in touch with these individuals to say, hey, YouTube sees this. Now they see a real name. They see a real news outlet. It's different to them. Mm-hmm. So when they do their investigation or whatever they, trying to determine if something is valid or invalid, some strikes get a speed pass. Okay? Things that are recognizable like that. This is why Danielle Robertson recently made posts alluding to, she said, I'm going to go after your news. I'm going to contact all the different news outlets, media outlets. You're not going to be able to do news. Now, wait a minute. All of these other content creators do news every single day. That's what they do. They give commentary on news. They play clips of the news. I've been playing clips of the news for more than 2 years. Why hadn't CNN struck me? So you're going to go random over here with this newsroom. And then there's another, I'm not even going to say the names of the outlets, but everybody knows CNN is like one of my go-tos, okay? So this is what she did. She didn't like that my channel was growing this year and the news, my commentary was right there. And after each one of my videos, I could create shorts from those videos where I made commentary. So I would make sure that my short would contain me speaking about or giving under less than a minute, because shorts need to be that less than a minute. But I would only take snippets where I would say some commentary about the news and this is what happened, so that I would be covered. There were times I was getting 12,000 views just on a short. What was that doing for me? Okay, so that people understand. there's not a lot of money at all, pennies, if that. I don't even think I got pennies on my shorts because they have a different way that they look at shorts. Yeah, I don't even, it's kind of like, it's got to fall within this, that, so many, and it's all this. What I was using shorts for was to broaden my audience. That's the only reason I use shorts, to reach new people. And when I was doing that, guess what? My subscribers were going up and they were watching my main news. That's how I was able to start really picking up. And I stayed with that. And it worked for me. And the more that I became visible with Unwind with Teddy shorts, the more who watched my shorts wanted to watch other shorts for news. Had nothing to do with Danielle. News. There are people who just simply watch for news. That's it. News, and I'm out. I have followers on X. They only want news. News, and I'm out. This is an entire different segment. It worked for me because that was where I was comfortable. I had it going, the momentum. And that's what she targeted. And that's what I'm fighting right now. Okay. And that's why you don't see Unwind with Teddy up really just my channel. And it's interesting. Here's how I know. For example, we'll just take XYZ company and a name attached to that newsroom. XYZ company and an individual from that company filed multiple strikes. I responded, counterclaim. Some got through, others did not. For the same kind of thing. Because you don't know if a bot's reviewing, you don't know if a human is reviewing, you just don't know. However, so it went through, the counterclaim went through. And this individual and this company had 10 days to respond that the video was going to come back up. The clock was ticking down. Now, if this same company has other strikes on me, but some are getting ready to come back up, why did no one respond from that company in the 10 days? Never got a call. And I said, that was a bogus strike, using someone's name, a news organization, and someone who works at the news media. That same person that we can't find. There's several people. We just can't find them. But for YouTube, it's a little different. So this is why her strategy is, she has said this. So if somebody says, well, you're giving her ideas. No, she saw that particular strike, she didn't come back on, because guess what? She was impersonating somebody at the news, and maybe that just would get in a little bit more trouble. I don't know. But she didn't respond, kind of, like she's doing this RunTellThatToo with Jameson. Well, she hasn't responded to YouTube yet in the proper way, because There's a countdown clock that's part of the emails that YouTube sent me recently. But let me just finish with the news thing. So that's her new strategy, and she's piping mad. She doesn't want me to do news. She doesn't want me to do shorts. She can see that I don't need, and I've told her that, I don't need to talk about Danielle Robertson on Unwind with Teddy. That's my main channel. And like I said, when this comes back, and I believe it will come back full. Okay? Right now, I'm not going to get into who's being contacted, what we're trying to do, and this and that. You should have some insight. Okay? But that's all going to get included in her fraud impersonation. This person, Danielle Robertson, is a true fraud of the legal copyright system. She's a fraud in so many other ways, but she's a fraud. She's huge fraud when it comes to strikes, copyright claims. She's gotten so good at it that she just knows how to go in and out and weave in and out. So now it's the news. She's only mad because my channel is doing so well. You know what? They still call it a flop channel. If it's a flop channel, why am I growing? Why was I growing? And suddenly you want to bring it to a screeching halt. It's because she's jealous of my growth. She is jealous of my channel. She's jealous of my avatar. All of that. Let me tell you something. Without naming anybody else's name, there's someone who is a content creator who made fun of my avatar, and I have their commentary. They made fun of my avatar and said, the fro has got to go. Guess who has an afro on their avatar now and doing commentary? And guess who else? Danielle with the afro. They're planning and plotting together to see if that's going to, do something to me, to try to not saturate, dilute the image of a Black woman with an afro in this sector, so that when people see videos and people know, they recognize that Unwind with Teddy like that. Even if they don't click on it, it's recognizable. Okay? It's recognizable. So when it didn't work and she got mad because YouTube, this whole scam about her being this white woman, Miss Sabette, this author from New York, bestseller, when that didn't work, she's mad. Okay. So, this is going on and on and on and on, all kind. That's right, Sharon. Is that supposed to be? Oh, you know what? I looked at it so quick, Sharon. Just now, you know what I thought it was? Now I can see it. I just glanced at it. I thought it said buffoonery. I just boffin. Maybe that's short for buffoonery. I don't know. Both of them. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Okay, both of them. Okay. I said buffoonery. I gotta, I gotta know you guys come up with some stuff like that. Okay. Both of them. I like it. Hmm. Yes. So, so as Sharon put both of them, that now they're diluting, diluting, trying to dilute this sector with African American women with afros. Okay, anybody knows. First of all, Danielle said she was the first to have an afro on this channel. She said that I found that this avatar to copy her. No. Then why does she have all of these avatar women with all of these chocolate women with afros? Suddenly she's with the movement. And somebody else who said to me, the fro has got to go. It's old fashioned. And who's wearing the fros? Suddenly she's got a big, big cotton ball puff afro. Now, what I mean by cotton ball, don't get me wrong, guys, is those big, individual big circles of, it looks like big cotton balls. That's all I know what to call it. Like big afro, like a bunch of afros all put together. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It's some kind of creation they came up with. I don't know. But anyway, whoever the artist is made all those little, curvy, round afros within afros. I don't know. Yes, thank you. I couldn't think. Afro puffs. Little, yes, that's what it is. So now they've got all of these afro puffs up on top of avatars, Oh, gosh. So you mean you went from a fall, all the way down your back and braids dragging to the ground, and now you want to do afro puffs? Okay. Well, as I explained, it's okay. No, really, really, really. In being a Black woman, we wear our hair in different styles. You can go straight, you can go curly, you can go different variations. But I have been a natural since the movement. I mean, where it really caught on. I'm not talking about where real dreads. I'm talking about maybe, gosh, I have been natural since 80. Have I been natural since 84? That's a long time. Whew. Or maybe it's in the 90s. Let's see. No. Okay, so it'd been the end of the 90s, maybe 1994. Did I say 80s? Whew. I would say in the 90s. Okay. Yes. Yes. When you look at the avatar, I was looking for one that would favor me. Absolutely. Uh-huh. Yes. Now they can say, "Oh, you're just putting that one on young." At first, when I brought that avatar out, they thought it was ugly. Yes. They thought my avatar was ugly because they used to put up and make fun of it. And then people would like my avatar. So somebody went to scratching their head and said, now, wait a minute. I said the fro has got to go, but I need to back it up. And I'm going to snatch off that curly wig and I'm going to throw me up an afro up on top of my head. So it's okay. Like I said, that's the beauty of being a Black woman. We have so many different options with our hair, But at the same time, I know what time it is, and I know why it was done. Because you cannot profess to hate afros and say the fro has got to go and I could play it, and then now it's so stylish. Yes. You know what? I said, good morning, mob. Let's talk for a moment. Do you know we are right at 1 hour and 3 minutes? It's not until I look up, I hadn't even looked up, but it's kind of like I sense, maybe I'm going to look up and here it is an hour. It must be, I can feel, when I've been talking about that much time. Let's I haven't even checked my email. Let's see if there's anybody over there on mine with Teddy at Gmail. Oh, okay. Somebody says, hand over your black card now. I'm sorry, but I couldn't think of Afro Puffs. Don't get on me. I just couldn't think of it. I kept saying the little afros and little cotton balls. I couldn't think of it. So you guys had to help me out. I mean, come on. Little puffs, that's what they are. Little puffs. Thank you for letting me know. For my email listeners, you have somebody who concurs with you. My moderator says, Teddy is Afro Puffs. Okay. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's like, let's talk for a moment. Okay. So to wrap up Unwind with Teddy, so that not Midwest Mama saying not cotton hair Teddy. Okay, now wait a minute. Now you know what cotton balls look like. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Cotton is beautiful. Little puffs of cotton, so light and fluffy. Oh, but for some people, that's going to bring back a bad memory. But cotton still grows in the field. So you couldn't have your cotton shirts if cotton didn't grow. So don't get on me about cotton, okay? Because I love cotton, okay? And you do too. You put, okay, don't go for me on the cotton balls, all right? So Hazel Eyes says, Teddy, your avatar is an original. Oh my, no more cotton. It's like I'm trying to fix it. You know what? If come on. That's what it was. Okay. Well, look at it. And you tell me if that doesn't. Okay, it's Afro Puffs. Lots of them. Okay. Um, so anyway, that would, tell you what's going on with Unwind with Teddy and why. Oh, thank you. Here for the tea says, we know you meant no harm, Teddy. No, I, yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I mean, give me a break. But, yeah, play. Look, let me just keep moving with that. So that's Unwind with Teddy. And then the others, are back up. And D for Danielle, I removed, I removed the one video that I had up of the interrogation. I didn't, I just privated it while she was striking because I thought, well, she's striking for everything. I don't want those channels to get any strikes. I did the same thing with Natasha the Machine because of images that I know she would go after. Okay. So sorting things out, it's going to take some time with Unwind with Teddy, even when the green light is there to bring it back to something different, fresh, new, totally different. And Unwind with Teddy is going to go through the purge. Purge. Yes, Midwest. Yes. I am purging that channel. Mhm. I'm also going to be purging RunTellThatToo. And this is going to take some time because I've got other videos, right? Before this robot videos, where you saw the thumbnails. I have other videos too. So I'm going to go through those and that will take time. I'm going to be purging RunTellThatToo, any channels that I have with any content that could be thought of as belonging to her, even though I know none of it does. Okay. I don't want my channels, if I'm going forward in 2025, which will be different, I don't want to deal with her anymore on this strikes. YouTube is very aware of her. Mhm. And she's going to try to come back with different ways, with this news. I'm also looking into ways to bring the news that I won't get copyright strike. Okay. Like talking to some folks. Right. Because I don't want to be dealing with her and fighting this up and down to gain subscribers, to gain momentum, to build my channel. If I'm going to stay on this platform, it's really not, it's like I said, I'm not even near the level where I would make enough to basically pay like, different little subscriptions that I have per month. That's what it's for me. But it's more that I can be with the mob and share, what I enjoy doing. This is fun. But it hasn't been so fun with all of these attacks. But I'm talking about doing my stories, doing my news. Just, it's like a different outlet. Yeah. Yes, no more drama like Mary J. Blige. And all of that, if I do any of it, it would be relegated. And you see, I haven't done anything with D for Danielle because I'm really rethinking this. I've been on YouTube for 4 years. If I want to remain on YouTube, I got to pick where I know that I do the best that works for me and works well. I am going to be bringing in something totally new and fresh. I am. Because I'm over it. Okay. The pursuit of justice will continue. Mm-hmm. But people need to know less and less and less about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my mob. Let's talk for a moment. And didn't read very many comments. And I think that works for some of you who just like to hear me come and talk, without reading a lot of comments until the end. Yeah. It's a beautiful fall day. It's 12:19. I'm going to read some of your comments and then we're going to wrap it up. I plan to come back, I guess, sometime tonight. Maybe not so late. Maybe not so late. Because I said there was more that I could show. But yeah, Danny needs to be left in 2024. Good afternoon. It is to the essence who says that. Again, there are some of you who listen, you don't even watch. When I read the comment, I read who is giving the comment. So let me start from the bottom and then jump to the middle and the top. Again, shout out to my moderators, Vicky Black and Baby Juju. Midwest says, we are going to the farm and pumpkin patch. Today, it's a beautiful fall day here. Oh, I did the pumpkin patch and the cider mill. I did that a few Saturdays ago. I think I told you guys, or either I told you I'm not coming on Saturday. Yeah, because this is my favorite time of the year. All right. And I like to see the color change. And it was brilliant. And it's almost over though, because it's October the 20th. Yeah. The real peak time would have been maybe a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. But there's still beautiful colors to be seen right now. So enjoy the pumpkin patch with your little pumpkins. Mm-hmm. Old School says, Teddy, keep your news clips, shorts, and videos up when you do that purge. And of course, you're talking about those that have been created. I'm even considering purging many of them. I don't want to. I don't want to. But what would I rather have? Excuse me. A channel, if I'm going to be on here. A channel with my subscribers. And go from, I was over 1 million views by now. Trust me. When my channel Unwind with Teddy went down, I was over 800,000, but I was higher than that. Mhm. So I had reached over 1 million views finally. So my point is, when you remove channels, you also it affects the number of what shows as your total all-time views. Okay. So views that you see, total all-time views, if you go into description, that's total views. So that's comprised of all your videos that you have live. If you remove a video that has 10,000 views and you had 20,000 views, you now show 10,000 views. So, what would I rather have? A nice clean slate? I don't have 800,000 views. Maybe I have 150,000. I know. Even if I wanted to go zero, I have a lot of music videos, that I play. But if I wanted to be just go to the extreme, just purge it all, I can have it for, my history files. But just purge that 4 years, especially the last 3. I want to move on from that because not because it's a reminder. You see, I'm not the kind of person that says forget about 2021. No, I want to keep my stuff up. Let us be clear. But she's going to go after it. Okay. She's going to find ways. And you're right, Sharon. November the 5th is coming up. And I was so looking forward to covering it live. The returns, the election, all of that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that on Unwind with Teddy. So I'll make sure I broadcast it to X, who they love political news. Yeah. Big junkies over there with politics. But I'm not going to destroy it. So, Cheryl, it is my history. I'm not for destroying history. I'm not. No. I want to keep it. I just don't want her to keep attacking my videos. Mm-mm. And on some level, she's going to say, I win. I win because what did I do? I got Unwind with Teddy to remove all of that from YouTube. And then she still continues to do things or torment me on the outside. The less of her that I can deal with, the better off I am. And the more I could see in a new direction, I'm really going to forget about her. I really am. That's going to be like something in my past, like, wow, you mean I did all of that? This individual, I gave him that much time? Nah. No, I'm not going to destroy the videos. Why would I? I may need them. Mhm. And I said, people cope with whatever they deal with in different ways. Some people talk. Some people, you know, they have vices or whatever. For me to come to the mic and to describe how I'm feeling or talk about what's going on, it's my way, one of the ways to just cope with it. Yeah. So, wow, lots of comments. Let me just now I will absolutely read comments from the bottom up. Uh, Sharon says, Teddy, Kimmy has been so complimentary to you and supportive when you are mentioned. Well, thank you for letting me know that, Kimmy. I have absolute um, admiration for her strength to pursue justice, the pursuit, to get resolution, yeah, to go the distance. Exemplary. Mhm. It shows a sign of strength, not weakness. Yeah. Let's see. The best war to make on any social. Okay, wait a minute. I said I'm gonna go up. Here for the tea. I agree with you. YouTube is no different than any of the social medias. Different than any of the yes. They don't want to be liable for anything, so they don't get involved. They don't. Yes, Vicky Black, follow me on all social media as Unwind with Teddy. You mailed in your vote? Yeah, early voting. That's right. Yes. Let's see. Gia, you know what Tree says? Teddy, you are the YouTube CEO librarian. Do you know somebody else called me a librarian? That's fine. I'm good with that. um, yes, there are other content creators who had to start fresh or start all over again. And now their views and sub count is better than ever. Yes. Yes, we're working on that. Clearing, continuing to uh, resolve things. There's some things that get through the cracks, and I know they're false. And it's so disappointing to know when you know someone is lying and there's very little you can do to influence the decisions that are being made based on what people are, something like YouTube. That's the part unjustly. And sadly, in the society that we live in, especially in the penal system, there have been men and women who have been charged with crimes that they never committed. And they spent part of their life behind bars and paying for it. That's tragic. Yeah. It's past time. 2024 is the year of exposure, and 2025 has to be the year of renewal, rebirth. I like that. So, Teddy, until this investigation concludes, she will continue to make false strikes and claims. Just maintain your channel as it is. There's no need to purge anything. This whole roller coaster ride. You see, if I have up and I can see when the strikes start beginning, if I'm on, because I'm checking my email. Well, there's been times that 75 strikes have been applied, and I'm not even aware until the next morning. She's doing this all after midnight. So if I leave, things up, that's more to deal with. It's more to even resolve. And I've done it. So I know it's time consuming. So I get it. Like, leave it all up. I want to. But on the other hand, I don't want to. Not because I want to get rid of my videos. No. I want to reduce her opportunity at my videos. Yes, Nosy Ho Live. I don't think Nosy Ho Live is wearing clip-ins. If she's wearing clip-ins, most of the time, her clip-ins are so nice. Because Nosy Ho Live has shown her natural hair, and it's beautiful. Yeah, she showed it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what is clip-ins or not, but whatever she does is really nice. Cheryl says, DR to Chat GPT. Yes. Could you create a stunning chocolate skinned Black woman for my screenshots? I envision her with a huge afro, ample breasts, a small waist, and shapely back. A dot. Yeah. She knows how to use Chat GPT well. AI. Even to create her simple songs. Yes, time flies when you're having fun. Please email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. Yes, Midwest, thank you. And they would tease Black women with wigs and clip-ins, and Black women with natural afros. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. You're going to a 70s birthday party, old school. I was planning on buying an afro wig. You should. Yes, you should. Go for it. Yeah. Go for it if you can find one. Yeah. Oh, Sharon says, I've kept all my mother's styrofoam wig heads to keep mine looking fresh. Yes, the braided avatar. Yes. hmm They're all, beautiful. Yeah, I put up the afro. I knew it wasn't at the time, you know, yeah, I thought I might get some blowback, but that's what I liked. That's what I landed on. And I said, that's me right there. Yeah, that's it. I like it. Do you know somebody? Oh, people have been attacking this avatar. So someone over there said, when you going to take off that hot turtleneck? Now, you know, I could dress that avatar. Huh? I mean, really? Yeah. So it must have been like 90 degrees. I don't know. Must have been in the summer. And they saw it and said, when are you going to take off that hot turtleneck? Hmm. They emailed me. And yes, you can email me. Oh, yes. At unwindwithdaddy@gmail.com. Yes. Yes, it's illegal, essence. Yes, to strike. Yes, I do counterclaims and claims, and it's just, oh, you wanted the link. Do you still want the link? Uh, I have to absolutely be wrapped up by 1 o'clock because I'm expecting something at 1. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta make a call. Uh, well, they could wait, but I said 1 o'clock. So let me go. Yes, if you need ask. Okay, so if you want to just come up and say hello, Essence Messy Mocha, there it is. Not that, not like I know you. No, no, I've got. No, I wouldn't run. I would not run my show this close to like if I had. Yeah, yeah. But you never know. uh, okay. So there's the link. If you want to just come up and say hello, you can do so. The butter knives are rude and ruthless. Yes. Yes. Let's throw up a cover. Let's make sure it is. Is that you, Essence?
Hi, Miss Teddy.
Hi. Let's bring up Essence. Let me just read this last comment. Cheryl says they got good Afro wigs now. In our days, the Afro wigs were awful. All right. Good afternoon, Essence. What say you?
Nothing much. I am so happy at the developments on this side of YouTube. So I just wanted to kind of like catch up a little bit because I feel like you haven't had a panel in a while.
I haven't.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's a lot that's going on that I don't know about. So, and then I should say good afternoon and welcome back. All right. So what's going on?
Well, I am surprised to hear that she pretended to work at CNN.
Hmm.
I did not know that she did that. That I mean, if you ask me, she's just getting more and more reckless
Hmm.
because I think of all the nails that she has, you know, started to hammer into her coffin. I think that one might be the biggest one.
Really?
Yes.
Pray tell.
Well, I feel like if you why would you sign a legally binding document and submit it to YouTube saying that you are basically authorized to communicate for CNN?
I don't know, because they think they can get away with it, because they got away with one another news station. I don't know.
I mean, just based on my professional, like,
And I'll say let's
ex-
say allegedly, by the way.
allegedly, based on my professional expertise, if she is the one who did it, I'm pretty sure that that is illegal. Like 100%, because there are actual people who have to sign and file actual documents to even have those positions at
Mhm.
like corporations like that. So for her to like perjure herself for one and fraudulently say that she is like a authorized officer for,
Representative or something.
yes, that's crazy.
Mhm.
That, like, I don't even care about nothing else. That to me is insanity.
Yeah,
Mm.
she's gonna say, "Oh, I didn't do that." Oh, yes, you did. Oh,
and you
I'll say allegedly.
and you said that you have like a footage of her saying that she's gonna go after your new stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's going to jail. She's going to jail. She should have all the things that she has done thus far. I feel like that is the one that is going to be her biggest um nail in the coffin, because you that's a legally binding document that you allegedly signed off on and submitted to YouTube to hurt Miss Teddy's channel. And the way things are steamrolling with other content creators and possible like YouTube investigations, if they tie that back to you, yeah, I think you're going to jail.
And it's really kind of that is like she's trying to really handcuff me from doing any news. Do you
Mm.
see the threat there?
Yes, I do. And you know what it is? Like, when people are abusive in any kind of way, whether emotionally or, you know, verbally, when the person they're abusing kind of gets their legs and decide that they're going to leave the situation, they will do anything to suck them back in. So by you moving on, she had to find a way to get you back. That's how I see it. It's like
Mhm.
a you are a victim in my opinion. And I feel like she is your abuser, and when you were not talking about her, she didn't know how to function. So she did something that would inevitably get you back. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
why I feel like it's a threat, because she she she's like addicted to bothering you.
Um, I can honestly say that when this was happening and started happening, it's happened before, that I said to my audience, I wasn't even talking about her. I was doing my news.
Right.
We were I was this year we were doing good. I said in early on, I said, I don't need Danny Robertson on Unwind with Teddy. I don't need to talk. We don't need to talk about her. I said to my audience, I'm
Mhm.
getting better views not talking about her.
Yep.
And then my news is hit. Yes, she put up and I could show it, but I'm not going to show it. Maybe I'll do it on Rip Running Receipts, or put it, or I could post it,
On
where
to
she made a post and said she's going to come after my news. I can put it up on my community wall.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that I just know it kind of, when you said that, it really did trigger like I said, like different professional expertise that I do have, and I was like, you literally cannot do that. Like that is, and this one thing to do, like, how she did with Nicole Johnson and
Yeah.
the fake Tasha K emails. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But to do that
Right.
to an actual like functioning entity.
Yeah, she's using emails from, and then she'll just do a subtle change, something, but she gets the real names of people who work, and I can't get in touch. and then they're not even listed. She'll change just something about the name.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like she'll change like a detail so that it's not traceable to the real entity, basically.
Right, but it's that entity. But she has actually used, I've got at least 3 names that she has used. I
Wow.
can't reach them.
Wow, for the scene, just to get the new stuff that
I'll
you.
I'll just say news organization. CNN is one of them.
Mm, 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 mm.
CNN is one of them. And she threatened. She said, I'm going after Warner Brother. They own CNN. And yes, I've got
Doesn't
that.
doesn't she already have issues with Warner Brothers allegedly for the Marvel stuff? Or oh, that's Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something. It's a lot
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, she is using Marvel characters. And like I mentioned, if I were like her, I I could do that, but I'm not going to do that because that's not me, it's not my character. I'm not going to use identity theft and do something illegal on forms because one of these days we're going to
Yep.
be in court.
Yeah, and it really does establish a pattern of fraudulent behaviors, and it will make one wonder where did you receive such training and how do you know how to operate these kinds of things. And also, I'm just going to put it out there, YouTube, that this is gross negligence.
It really is. I'm telling you, going to this level and now threatening to attack more news, that was like a staple that I counted on
Mm,
every day to include the 5 things and or to do little clips.
mm-hmm.
It's she's doing things to hurt my uh my program. My
Yeah,
programming,
it's
my
sabotage.
programming because
It,
that's a tool
yep.
that's useful. Now if I can't show my audience, you know, I don't even play the sound anymore. So I'm reading everything because even with that, this person is, well, I don't want to launch off, but I agree with you. This is different essence. Go on.
Yeah, and that's like I've been mildly following everything everywhere else. But when you have mentioned the new stuff today, I was like, oh my God, like I have to say something because that is I feel like that's gonna be one thing that's not gonna go ignored because as I already mentioned, like that's an actual functioning entity and they have actual officers that
Yeah.
or administrators that act on their behalf for stuff like that. So for her to do that on a legal document is crazy to me. So yeah, I definitely feel like, she shot herself in the foot with that one. And then also, I've been listening to other content creators and she just has a lot going on right now. So when it comes down to like the purging, I feel like, you're in a great spot to just move on. Like that is such a dark entity in your life,
Yeah.
such a negative entity in your life. And yes, she might still try to harass you, but her days are extremely numbered. So I
Yeah.
encourage you to just start healing yourself and just weaning off of her name and moving on because
Yeah.
she can't take it. You see what happened last time. She baited you back in. She committed several illegal acts. And also, I'm not going to mention specifically, but a content creator that I really do enjoy, Trees, she had kind of filled in some blanks that you did not tell us, which is your business, about
Mm.
the PPO. And I'm just like mind blown.
Oh, I haven't mentioned.
You
I've
haven't.
never
Nope.
even mentioned the name
Nope.
of the person.
You never did. And I can attest to
Not
that. But
on
I
the nope.
but now that I know who it was, I am just in like ultimate shock. All around. So yeah, she has a lot of legal issues waiting for her, and I say you should start training yourself to move on.
Hmm.
I really do, because she wants you to be sucked in to the last minute. Like, that's her prize. Her prize is keeping you on the hook. As long as you're on the hook with her, I feel like she's okay. But when she's isolated to herself and her minions, I feel like that's when her mental state is going to really start to unravel. So she needs to be left alone, unmentioned by you specifically, so that she can unravel and deal with her legal issues.
I agree.
Mhm. I
I,
I think so.
all right. It's almost 1 o'clock. Anything else you want to say? Everybody's saying goodbye, Midwest. Enjoy your day at the pumpkin patch. And any of you two Essence, whatever you're going to do this Sunday, I appreciate you coming up. If there's nothing more you'd like to say,
Nope.
this is important that you said, though, what you've
Mhm.
said.
I wish you the best, Miss Teddy. I hope that you can have your main channel back, and when you get it back, I hope that she is never to be mentioned again. And I will be okay with that because I enjoyed your time away from her. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
See you later.
Yeah, bye. Enjoy your Sunday. And for the rest of you, now it's time to say goodbye. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the Grizzlies. Please hit the like on your way out. You can email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. I have checked my email. Well, let me just check. Okay. Thank you for sending the emails and helping me to laugh or smile or whatever we've enjoyed today. It's because of you. Thank you. All right. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a great Sunday.